Hey there, it's Stefan. So what we're doing is we're going through an SQL Server database and we're creating the front end models, what you could call as a DTO. We just did the orders and now we're going to want to take a look at the order items. The idea is that from the schema we can automatically create the TypeScript interface we need. And that saves a lot of time having to manually type it out. This is a repetitive process that can be quantified, meaning that it can be automated. These are the times where you should be using AI as a developer. If you're not doing this, you're doing it slower, you're doing it wrong, you're allowing for errors to be introduced. We as humans aren't perfect, and if I'm trying to do a repetitive task for hours on end trying to get all these models in, it's going to make you go crazy. So pretty much this is all you do. Turn this SQL schema into a TypeScript interface and then just paste it in. This is the schema, so you can generate this many different ways. I'm using dbeaver to connect to my SQL Server, but you can also use SMSS, SQL Server Management Studio, and I think you just right-click on it, right-click on your table, and then view schema. You'll understand it though. When you right-click on your table, no matter what you're using, there's going to be an option called Generate SQL, and it'll be one of these options there. It's very easy to find. And you can use many AIs. I'm using DeepSeek Coder, but this also works perfectly fine with ChatGPT. Make sure you're using ChatGPT 4. Don't be using ChatGPT 3.5. It's not worth it. So yeah, this model looks right. So we just copy the code, go into our Angular app, the models folder, and this is going to be order item. Paste the code in, and that's it. It works, no errors. I can quickly look at it and see that, yeah, it matches my schema. I made this database schema years ago, so I know that this looks right as well. Yeah. So save that. And let's go on to another item. What else is something that matters? We're trying to prioritize certain stuff. So let's do inbound shipments. That'll be the next most important thing to prioritize. So we go generate the schema, copy it here, and I'm just going to say do that again for this now. Because it knows what to do. The pattern's now been established. Now, using AI doesn't make you a bad programmer. This actually should be your moral obligation to use AI. You want to produce as much value as you can. You want to maintain your cognitive power, your peak performance. You might only be able to do that high cognitive functioning 2 to 4 hours a day, and you want to save that for what matters. You want to save your engineering abilities, your thinking. That's what we are. We're not programmers. We're paid to think. And you don't want to waste your time thinking on stuff that doesn't matter. It also will cause burnout as well if you're doing something that is useless. Like typing this out just to prove a point is useless. You know, it's like when the shovel first came out, there was people who were saying, "Oh, I can dig a hole with my hands. Why do I need a shovel?" And of course that's ridiculous now, but I'm trying to give the analogy of the people who think that using AI is bad and that they're trying to prove a point. "Oh, I can do it myself." Sure you can, but why? So this one, we just did the inbound shipment. So let's go here, make a new model for inbound shipment.ts. And I just realized I named my order item wrong. This will be camel case I'm doing for this dev standards. Okay, good. So we did inbound shipment, and now let's do the inbound shipment items. And this is also a reason why all developers should be having access to AI. Through their company, they should reimburse it, have a team plan, ChatGPT plan. There are free options. Like right now, I'm using the free version of the DeepSeek chat. I'm just testing this new model out. I don't know how much usage I get though. Usually, what happens is they limit your usage and they want you to pay, and that's perfectly fine. It's well worth it to pay $20 an hour. I mean, $20 a month to save hours of your life. It's absolutely worth it without a question. So the price isn't the thing, but companies should be wanting their employees to utilize this as well. It shouldn't be something an employee uses on their own. It should be part of the onboarding process for any new developer. As a team leader, I want all my developers to know how to do this because they should. So this is now the inbound shipment item.ts. Let's paste that in there. And again, you're seeing it works every time. And that goes back to what I said before about eliminating errors. When you have a repetitive quantified process such as this, AI is always going to be better than we as humans will. You can't debate against that. That's just how it works. And when you start doing this yourself, there's going to be typos. You're going to start introducing bugs. For example, total base units. What if I just typed unit? Because I was just tired. It's late at night. I'm not thinking, and I just misspell something. It's not going to be caught. See how there's no error? Because I'm defining the model now. This is me setting up the initial contract that all the rest of the application is now going to be using. So if you mess up this, it does cause problems. You have to go back and fix it later. So in my personal opinion, there is zero excuse to be manually doing this stuff just to prove a point. Awesome. You guys have a good day.